Supergirl fans, welcome to the AfterBuzz After Show for Supergirl. This is Season 1, Episode 18, called World's Finest. Tonight, we're going to talk about The Flash. Yay! Then we're going to have the Silver Banshee and Livewire tag team, followed by Kara's love life and Nan's evil Myriad plan.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, let it begin. Yeah, you just hear it in your head still, right? There we go. Yeah. Oh, that sounds so good. All right, guys, we are very excited tonight. Such a great episode. We can tell by Twitter that you guys all loved it too. So let's just dive in and start talking about that Flash crossover. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined here tonight by these awesome co-hosts.
Yes, I'm Stephanie Wenger. Glad to be back with you.
I'm Tauri Miller. Hi.
Okay, let's just go straight to it. Let's talk The Flash. What'd you guys think? How was it?
Amazing. Something I was so looking forward to, I feel like, since they announced this, and great chemistry between Barry and Kara, and just such a fun episode. It was something that I think it lived up to my expectations, which is hard to do sometimes, and it definitely did tonight.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. And it brought a very nice energy to the show. We've had really dire, kind of dark episodes the last couple weeks. And so to have this new spark, this new personality that really fit in this world so well, it was amazing.
I totally agree with you. I just thought the two that their chemistry together was awesome and just so much fun. I really thought that it just brought a new energy to the show, and it was just a joy to watch, all the way through. It went so fast, you wanted more of it, and I wanted him to stay longer. I didn't want him to leave at the end of this episode. But I thought it was just really well done. I thought the writing was great. I mean, we got some great lines, we had the one from Kat, which oh gosh, you look like the attractive yet non-threatening yet racially diverse cast of a CW show. I like that the writers really had fun with this episode and threw in a lot of zingers and stuff for us as well.
I totally agree with you. Also, I don't regularly watch The Flash, and I felt like they did a great job of kind of introducing that character and then throwing him into this universe without being oh, I should totally have watched all of the Flash episodes in order to understand what this was about. You were able to get what his character is, why he was there, and they jumped right in, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, it was nice, and they didn't they didn't spoil anything on the other series. They managed to put in his origin without it being super expository. So, and as someone who does watch The Flash, it was amazing. I love watching The Flash, but if he did stay for, I don't know, a whole season, they were just hanging out, every so often you would just pop in, I wouldn't mind it. I think it'd be great.
And you said that afterwards, too, you're well, I didn't watch it before, but now I want to go catch up on it and then start to get watching
it. I'm now really want to go see The Flash, and I think Grant Gustin, it's such a fun character, and he does such a great job playing it, so it's something that I'm definitely going to be Netflixing, Huluing, whatever, finding it online to stream it and start from the beginning, because I'm excited to see more.
Yeah, I agree, and I liked his delivery on things. I like his, not snarky, but fun, and then that kind of deadpan stuff, and, and even when he's talking with Kat, she's trying to think of the name for him, and, and then he's how about the Flash? And I just like the way he threw little things out like that, or when he realized he shouldn't be speaking at the one, when he's, it was great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that when he kind of introduced himself in this really fun way, and he was a nice counter, as you said, to those dark episodes, and kind of Kara's been in this dark place, and he kind of was able to bring her out of that, and so in some ways it was interesting because she was I don't need saving, but he saved her in a completely different way throughout the episode.
Yeah, nice.
What did you think of kind of the budding bromance with Winn in The Flash?
I thought it was really cute because, especially from their first meeting when he's I'm from another universe, and Wynn's cool! You knew, because they're both nerdy guys, and they could really communicate on the, science level, but also, the everything around me is amazing level as well. So I felt like they could have been friends forever as well. I think part of me thinks it's mostly because of the Flash's charisma, and Grant Gustin brings a lot to the table in that, he has chemistry with everyone he meets ever in the history of ever. He could be talking to a wall, and you're man, him and that wall. I think they got a thing going on.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like with him, it's funny because he definitely brings all that chemistry and like a charisma to the screen with, you, as you said, everyone. And this bromance though was surprising to me because I understand the nerdy factor is definitely there, but when you still like Kara, and then he's kind of just forgotten that as the seasons moved on, and he's like, all right, now this new guy who could be with her, and it's really James versus Barry tonight.
Which I kind of like, because I didn't want to see James and Wynn both fighting over her, so I kind of like that we've had Wynn being now kind of with Siobhan, and then now, speaking of that, we can start talking about how she came back as the Silver Banshee and and he even tried to like talk with her and get her to not do this. So what did you guys think of?
I mean, an incredible costume and an incredible like hair, makeup, all of that was insane.
Good one for Halloween next year.
Yeah,
I was thinking too.
yeah, exactly. So much fun, and I mean, she's so great. She can do anything. I just totally blanked on her name. But yeah, Silver Banshee, phenomenal and so fun to see.
Yeah, I definitely like that moment when he's trying to talk her down and he's really getting through to her was probably one of my favorite Wynn scenes. And just her whole thing about like her whole family being cursed and basically having to fulfill this basic having to fulfill this thing that requires her to kill someone makes her somewhat of a sympathetic character, in that like the only way that she's ever going to be alleviated of this thing that's causing her pain or this curse or this bad luck streak that she has is to do what she doesn't want to do, and ultimately it's to kill someone. And her bad luck being that the person she wants to kill is like a super alien, but you know, potato.
But then it's never going to end until she does kill her. So she's going to continue to, even when she gets out of jail, want to go after her and find a way to end her life.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, like Italia Ricci coming in and doing this role. It's so different from Chasing Life and all of that. But I like that this has been a storyline, unlike many of the others on the show, that it's continued on over the course of many episodes. It's been a couple. I don't remember when she was introduced, but definitely
a few.
Like 3-4 episodes. And I hope that it continues on in the next two, and it looks like it's going to, and into, further on.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of like the teaming up with Livewire too. So we have another one from the past. Yeah. Because I think it really upped the stakes, because now we have all these characters that we've already kind of been invested in or we've seen before. So we have that history with them instead of just like a one-off who just came for the one episode for them to fight. Like, I'm glad they chose to do it that way.
Yeah, and I like that they both had pretty much the same motivations, in terms of they were both scorned by Cat Grant, which was a great bonding factor. Like, it's one thing for Siobhan to just be like, hey, like, I'm evil and you're evil, let's do a thing, but like they both had this understandable hatred for this person who they blame for all the misfortunes in their lives.
And I also liked that I thought it upped the ante quite a bit to have them both have teams. So you had her with the Flash and them together, so you had this like kind of powerful fight going on instead of just having Supergirl against one villain, as it's kind of been quite often on the show.
Let's talk about, how'd you like those fight scenes?
They were great. I think, I don't know if you guys had seen me, but like when Kara used her ice breath and Barry used his like wind tunnel arms, and just together I was like, combo! It was, because it was so fantastic. And I like that even though they worked together, they weren't able to beat the bad guys, which means that like it shows that they were actually a threat, which was nice. Man, such good fight scenes.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Supergirl should be known for at this point. It's week after week they do amazing ones, and I thought it was so fun to see kind of the way they handled like the Flash, and because obviously, even though I haven't seen a lot of the show, he has like a whole style to himself on the CW, and to bring that over to CBS and have it work was great, and I thought they did a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah.
I know we felt, and I know by reading your guys' tweets and such, that you guys all felt too, like we just want more of this, like we want more crossovers, and it's so fun. And we even talked about, well, maybe this should have we would like to have seen this earlier in the season too, just so we
Absolutely.
could have like, you know, maybe he could have came back, or maybe we would have got a different, because he's telling her about the other, you know, superheroes out there, and she has no idea that any of these exist, and that just kind of opens a can of worms of all these great ones that, you know, could come, you know, visit her for a little bit, which would be a blast.
Yeah. And I think he mentioned even Robbie Amel's character, right?
Yeah, Firestorm.
Firestorm,
Yeah.
which of course is Talia Ricci's fiance. So that would be super fun to like have them fight, and that's what I was thinking about on Supergirl. Like that would be an amazing moment too.
Yeah. The only thing about it being earlier is that in this episode alone, Barry's kind of a broken character. Broken being like he's too good, and so in just this episode, he changed the way that the police force works. He like gave them new technology. He like changed like how Supergirl sees the world. He pushed her into like getting with James. Like he changed so many different things. So if he had come in earlier, like who knows where the season would have gone.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. It was great that all those things had been building, and then he kind of came in at this point.
Right.
Too. It was just so fun. We want more.
I know.
What did you think about how? So we saw Supergirl struggling in the beginning because the city still wasn't trusting her and believing her. So did you like the fact that now we had the firemen actually save the day, and then everybody's back supporting Supergirl again?
I mean, I think it's needed in order to, you know, have her be this character. Like, you can't have Supergirl with nobody wanting her to save them, if that makes sense. Like, that makes no sense at all. But I just want, it's nice to have her kind of get that support back.
Yeah. I like that the citizens had taken that step and were part of the action, because I mean, though it was a superhero and supervillain team up, I like when the people are ultimately saving themselves as well. Mostly because it's a big theme, especially in like Superman and Supergirl and all the like superhero things. It's like if you have a super person there, does it make the society as a whole complacent because they believe that they're going to save them all the time? And so I like that we had the resolution be that the people ultimately are in charge of their lives and they can stand up for themselves.
Yeah, totally agree with you. All right, well, let's talk about one of your favorite topics. Let's talk a little bit about the love life.
So excited. Yeah. I mean, this was a moment I've been waiting for the entire season. Yeah, the kiss. I'm so excited that
Her face like lit up like at Christmas. It was awesome.
As it should. I feel like any Supergirl fan. But I'm very excited for the kiss. Though I did want his reaction. It was sad to me that was the moment. Like, of course, that's the moment that he couldn't react. He had to go march, and you know.
How cute was her reaction though? Like, was it good?
I mean,
Not good?
Yeah.
Too good? Like, that was awesome.
It was amazing. It reminded me of like 7th grade.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. Like, oh my gosh, wait, was it all right? What happened? Yeah. And it was adorable. They're so cute together. And although I do have to say, I know we said it off camera, that I do like her and Barry. Like, I have this little, like, they're adorable too. So I feel like she's another one we could argue has chemistry with anybody. Like, Melissa.
Yeah, that was hard for me because after watching this, I just really loved watching it. I thought the two of them were so cute together and just had such great chemistry. And I was like, oh, now I'm kind of rooting for something else here.
Yeah, but I mean, still, the James kiss was great.
Yeah. I liked the lead up to it with him being super jealous of Barry the whole episode, and Kat having her moments of being like, hey, so are you gonna go for that or not? Maybe I should go for that. But like I like that it kind of culminated in her taking the step. Like, I thought that maybe at the end of the episode it was going to be him being like, hey, you know, I feel like we should talk. But she invited him over and like really initiated that step, or that move, I guess. So I liked that aspect of it.
And we also learned in this that, I mean, Kat pretty much does everything. So we learned she wrote a relationship book. And it was the lighthouse technique. So I liked that she was all like, shine your light, you know, we'll dock in your port, and all her little things that she was saying.
So weird, but amazing.
So, I mean, it's just her, you know, you never know what's coming out of her mouth. But
she's queen of all media. Like, let's be honest. That's what it seems like. She's kind of done a bit of everything.
But it gave another cute interaction between those two, because I know we've had where she was upset with how Kara was with her son and stuff, so I liked kind of having them be back on track and her kind of back on our team too, trying to help her figure out how to, you know, win James over a little bit. I also liked how we got a little moment with Lucy, you know, where she kind of put her stamp of approval on it and like let go. That's, you know, saying if you're holding out for me, you know, or not doing it because of me, don't. And so I thought it was nice to kind of have a little more closure with them as well.
I agree with you. I liked the closure, but I do hope I do hope that that's not the end of Jenna Dewan on the show. It's so much fun to see her, and I mean, I don't think it is, but it was one of those moments where on some other shows that would definitely be the end of that character, because it's like, okay, I'm sending you off, everything's good now between us, and I just want more of that.
I kind of felt like she was real cool with it real fast. I felt like it was a little too fast for me. Like, I wanted her to not pine a little bit, but kind of like feel a little, because they had only broken up like maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So I wanted her to agonize over it a little bit. Not that I like seeing people in pain. I just wanted to, I thought it was weird that his very recent ex-girlfriend was like, hey, you gonna hit that or what?
Totally.
So weird. It's amazing.
True. Well put. Well, I think on that note, we can move past anything else on the love life stuff.
No, I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah. So now we see him going off as a zombie. So we see that Myriad has been activated.
Wow.
What do you guys? I mean, I guess that's kind of predictions. But what were your feelings of seeing how this ended this episode?
I mean, I thought it was interesting. So there were so many theories about what Myriad could be. Like when the episode started and we had Siobhan being a metahuman, I thought that because they had mentioned that other people were having like different electromagnetic issues with their heads and things like that. So I thought that Myriad was essentially going to turn everyone into like a superhuman, and that was the whole thing. Is that the Earth, the way that it should be, is full of special people, so that essentially they, as Kryptonians, weren't outcasts, or they weren't special. They like would fit in. But what it seems like is that it is not necessarily like it's kind of like a mind control device that will make people extremely subservient. So I guess from their perspective, it's kind of like a Zod thing, in that they feel like they should be ruling the Earth as gods, and so now it seems like they're taking control of humanity by force.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that it's going to be really interesting to see, because it's so many people, and as I said, we've only really seen Supergirl with limited numbers of people. I guess she's saved planes, she's saved that amount, but it feels like now she's up against something that's so large, and how is she going to manage that? And that's what I'm so excited to see. And we have, I think, 2 more episodes left in the season, so it's going to be really interesting if this is something that in those final 2 episodes is it like a to be continued situation where she's fighting this. I could see that, because it's such a large mass and people she cares about, obviously, with James and, you know, everybody. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And her sister's still out there, so we got to see her, I think, return in these final 2 episodes somehow too. And they didn't give us a trailer, so they didn't even tease us.
I know.
Bastards. I was like waiting, nothing. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, anything else on this episode?
No, though I guess I have a question for you guys.
All right.
So after the scene with when Kat was basically like, of course I knew Barry was the Flash, like, do we think that she knows that Kara is Supergirl and she's just playing coy?
I do. I definitely do, especially after that scene. It was just like, well, I always know when, I think she said something like, I always know when someone has like superpowers or something, or she said something along those lines. Unfortunately, I didn't write down the exact quote.
Someone extraordinary in my presence.
Yeah. And I just was like, she's literally like saying everything but like, you are Supergirl. And I just feel like she has to know at this point.
See, and I took it the other way. Like, I don't think she does, and I think that's was like I thought she was just playing with the line too. I mean, she was so adamant that she knows and she would know everything, you know. But and like snapping her finger right in her face, like I would know. But yeah, I don't think she does.
I felt like there were. What do you think?
I feel like she does, especially after the red kryptonite incident. She has to know, and especially after they had that talk where Kara in her sad state goes to her balcony and they just kind of sit together. I definitely feel like she has to know.
Yeah.
Also, I think there was a moment tonight where she was like, well, Supergirl will definitely save me. And I felt like that was another thing of like, she's saying this to Kara, like, yes, of course, because like it is you. Like it to me it felt like that. But I did love beyond that. Like there were so many nods tonight to the Flash, to kind of the multi-universe, and also to like past episodes of Supergirl. I thought it was a really nice episode of tying a lot of things together because we've seen them kind of do these individual episodes, and this felt like something that was actually uniting a lot of the show. Which is great.
Totally agree. Let us know what you guys think. If you think she knows or doesn't know, we want to tweet us or post online. We want to hear what you guys think about that one. Good question. Well, do we want to try for some predictions? Or just you, because I'm terrible.
No, you guys have great predictions, all right? Man. So
Anyone, go ahead.
Do you want to go?
Sure, I'll go. I think that especially in the next couple episodes, at least the next episode, Nan will have all these people as his new soldiers, and the big conflict is going to be Kara having to fight her friends because they're going to be essentially working for Nan. I think that by the end of the next episode, she's going to break Myriad, and the big thing is going to be essentially taking Nan down with him and the other Kryptonians. I think, especially at the end of this episode, they have set up that now the regular police can hold metahumans and things like that. So I think that was a good way of making it so that they can take down the Fort Ross people and have a way of storing and capturing them and trying them and things like that.
I'm gonna go completely. I guess not opposite to you, but on the romance front, because why not? Why wouldn't I? I think we're gonna get obviously James's reaction, and as Wynn realizes what like the Silver Banshee is and what she has done, I think you're gonna see him re-enter the love triangle of Wynn and James and Kara, and see how that plays out, and that'll be where we leave it at the end of this. Yeah.
Okay, good. I think on the romance one, I think we're gonna get James saying that he loves Kara as well, or he wants to pursue this relationship in the finale. I don't think they're gonna give it to us next week. I think it's the finale one. And I don't know. I just want to see. I miss Alex, so I want to see. I want to see how she re-enters and how what she's, discovers with the father. And I'm anxious to. I don't know what to predict with that, but I'm anxious to see what happens with that storyline too.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
That it? Well, guys, this was a blast. This was so much fun. So we hope you guys loved it out there, too, and keep talking to us about it. We want to, like we said, we love to see your guys' comments on the shows and anything else you want to add or anything we forgot to talk about tonight. Let us know. We'll talk about it again next week. 2 episodes left, so we'll see you again next Monday. Where can everybody follow you guys at?
You can follow me at Stephanie Wenger on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me at Tauri J. It's TAURIJAY.
And I'm at JJ Jurgens on Twitter and JJ.Jurgens on Instagram. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.